Hello there, my name is YouTwiFace, and welcome back to another TAGARS Cast part or episode, I don't know. And I'm not alone here.
Uh,
Hello?
Brains.
Brains. Anyway, the embarrassing journey continues.
With the game mob.
And that embarrassed me.
Should it? Breathe. What the fuck?
Alright. Okay, now, if you wonder what this here is, it's just some kind of cherry drink. You know, I love these cherry drinks. It's like, for me, one day without a cherry drink is like one day without any banana.
Awkward.
Get into the hole. I'm talking about the straw.
Oh, I was thinking you are talking about golf or something.
Oh, why shouldn't we start our TAGARS cast?
Yes?
Okay, here we go. You got any question?
How about... Let's look in my list. Why not talk about games we like? Or we would like to recommend?
Yeah. Why don't you start off right away?
Okay, the reason for this was last time we were talking about favorite games, and I was like, it's hard because there are so much good games. And then I realized there are games I like, and I like equally like Trespasser, English language, hard language. And today I was thinking about Zelda Link's Awakening DX or Deluxe. I am not sure how the right pronunciation of this is because, back in the 90s there was like, we have to shorten everything, so it's DX and not Deluxe or whatever. For people who are not knowing what I'm talking about, Zelda Link's Awakening is a game for the Game Boy, or was a game for the Game Boy, and they have remade it for the Game Boy Color, and this is the DX version.
For what kind of Game Boy was the game you're talking about? The first Game Boy it came out on?
The original Link's Awakening was for the normal original Game Boy. Link's Awakening DX is a funny hybrid kind of game. You can play it on a normal Game Boy, but there is a special dungeon in the game that only works properly because of color. So you need a Game Boy Color or newer to enjoy this game completely. This is the big difference of the DX version. You have color everywhere.
Yeah.
And a few bug fixes and no bikini top missing mermaid. It's not a joke. In the Japanese version of the game, there is a woman in the water and you're like, why can you only see her head? You swim to her and she's like, I have lost my bikini top.
What?
German original version, I have lost my bikini top. Also, ich habe mein Bikini-Oberteil verloren. New version, because the X game version was like the American version. She has lost her bikini top. She has lost her necklace. Well,
yeah, I think that makes a little less more sense.
Yeah, but the reason why I really like this game is I loved the game when I was young. Well, the DX version was released in 1998. And
oh, you mean when you were young, like 795?
I remember like it was yesterday. No, it's like fun story. I've lost this game. Actually, when I moved, I had it in some cardboard box or whatever, and this one was in a garage for 10 years without any protection. Then I found it again after about 10 years. I put it in my Game Boy and it works fine. This is what I call, well...
That's pretty impressive. I mean,
yes,
probably the game was waterproof.
actually it was not, but well, it still works and it has still had my game save on it. Surprising.
Yeah.
Well, and
So,
yeah,
you were still enjoying the thing that you were playing 10 years ago.
Yeah, actually, because I have finished it again 2 weeks ago, and it still is a good game. Well, the graphics are a little bit. Well, it's a Game Boy game, but it still works, and the German translation is weird because it's a typical 1990s translation, so some sentences are weird, really weird. Like in the original Game Boy version, there's actually when you have a kind of magic powder in the game, and when you spill the magic powder on a certain kind of enemy, it starts to talk. In the original Game Boy version, there were 2 sentences that were said by this enemy. Sentence 1, gib mir deinen Saft, ich geb dir meinen. And sentence 2, niemals ohne Kondom. People who are not speaking German will be like, what does this mean? Sentence 1 is actually, give me your juice, I give you mine. And sentence 2 was, never without a condom. And I was like, when I was young, I was like, what? Yeah. No, not a joke. They changed it in the...
So as a kid, you were used to hear the word condom in many games. I know what you're talking about.
No, it's actually funny because this wasn't intended by Nintendo, and when they realized it, they weren't happy. Yeah. It's actually a fun fact because they have changed it in the DX version. Well, makes sense, why not? Yeah, and I have talked for about 5 minutes absolutely shit about a good game. But you should play, if you like Zelda games and action adventures on a Game Boy, you should play it.
You haven't talked shit about it for 5 minutes. I mean, we're entertainers. We're supposed to entertain our public. I don't know.
I need an upgrade for my English.
Shall I start, maybe?
The stage is yours.
Okay, give me the microphone. No. All right.
Plop.
What?
It was the simulation of a throwing sound. Because I throw the microphone.
My simulation of a throwing sound sounds like something like this. Okay.
Headshot.
Oh. Yeah, it hits you in another country. I mean, I'm strong. I knew that. But anyway, okay. Let's just get right into this. For many years, I actually thought that still I would recommend any guy play Outlaws. But then I thought about it and I came to this that it's actually depends on what game you really like. And Outlaws isn't for all people. I mean, it's good for me. I really love the game, but I know that not everyone would enjoy this game. So I wouldn't recommend that everyone to play. Why am I even looking into my camera? Okay, anyway. But recommend... No, that really depends on what kind of games they like. I mean, if they like horror, then I would recommend Outlast or Slender the Arrival, not the original. But if you really like open source games... Well, now I am playing Zero AD and Settlers, Age of Empires. That would I recommend, but it really depends on what kind of game you like. Really?
Yeah, I was like, for example, I have taken this game because I was like, yeah, it's a good game. Well, you can never make an all-round recommendation to all people, but you may say,
No,
for
exactly.
people who like this might like this. It's never this easy.
Maybe on Xbox games, I would recommend GTA, Assassin's Creed, Body Count, Homefront, and these kind of games, you know? Call of Duty MV3 was actually pretty good in the multiplayer, but single player, I didn't really like the story, but that has nothing to do with this theme, so no. So my answer on the question, what game would you like to recommend other people, is, I don't know. Really?
Whoa, good answer.
Really?
Yes, it's an honest answer, and I was like, when I was thinking about a theme for the podcast, I was like, hey, it's a good idea, and I know a game for it. So when I was asking it earlier in the test phase of this recording, and I was like, yeah, you could think of a game, and he was like, yeah.
By the way, by the test recording, We had a few problems. We were actually trying TeamSpeak out because Skype was just doing what it wants to do and it didn't work like we thought it should work. But then we thought about why don't we try to use TeamSpeak? And you have the opinion to actually record on TeamSpeak. I did that and it sounded great. Well, when the DerGameMop recorded it, I sounded normal, but he was just sounding like a stupid alien hacking thing. Like I maybe we can find a way to show them.
Yeah, we can slice it in right
Okay.
now.
Hallo?
Ja, jetzt habe ich das auch mal an. Da hast du zum Beispiel eine zweite Tonspur, falls irgendwas nicht hinhauen sollte mit der Möglichkeit, wie du es sonst auch nimmst.
Jo, ich werde jetzt erstmal gucken, wie es geht. Daher mache ich jetzt erstmal das aus und gucke mir das eben an. And I can't stop laughing about this.
And I was like, hey, you should listen to this. Why? I sound like a chipmunk alien. What? Yes.
And then I started it, and then for the next 10 minutes, I just couldn't stop laughing.
Because it was like, yeah, second recording test wasn't better, but I will not slice it in here because I don't want to hear complaints of people who have hearing loss or something like this. Because it sounds horrible. Really. Not funny.
Really,
but
really horrible.
like from the depths of hell. Something like this.
Okay, that was just the funny thing I would like to tell you. Because, yeah, funny things happened. Okay, do you have got any other question for the podcast?
Yeah, actually I have. What do you think about the YouTube 60 frames per second video upload upgrade, if you have heard about it?
Yeah, of course, it came out about 1 or 2 weeks ago. I think it was only 1 week ago, and I'm not actually gonna upload videos in 60 frames per second only because YouTube can do that now. I'm still gonna upload in 30 frames per second because that worked fine for me all the years, and then why shouldn't it work fine for me now? And I'm not the kind of guy that just is like that I need the best quality of and everything. I know I have a shitty quality on my videos, but I'm gonna fix that. But just the frames per second, I don't think that I'm gonna change it. I'm happy.
I actually think it's a problem. For a simple reason, many people have problems now watching YouTube videos in 1080p because they change something in the player and it runs like, shit.
And also, if you're gonna watch a video in 60 frames per second, and it's automatic that if it's 1080p, then it's 60 frames per second, you can't change that. And maybe you ain't got the best internet, and when you just click on that before, it worked fine. But if you have a bad internet connection and you click on that, then I think it's impossible to watch in 1080p.
Actually, it's impossible if you have a good internet connection. I have a really good internet connection. Yeah, I know, nice, a slip of the tongue or something. And actually, I have a fast internet and it runs slow, really. Even on normal videos at this point, it runs really slow. And I was like, is something with my computer? I've tried a different computer, no, same thing. And I was like, nope, bad idea. The point is actually 60 frames per second is interesting for some kinds of videos, if when you're talking about YouTube videos, but actually I will still use 30 frames per second for a few reasons. The first one is picture quality, because if you have a higher frame rate, you need a higher bit rate. Higher bit rate means you need more space for your videos, and this means, well, slower upload rate. So yeah.
Exactly, and that's pretty annoying, actually. I was thinking about to say this, but I actually forgot it.
Maybe you find it.
Mines, you know. My mind.
At first I have feared mines, and I was like, where? Do they explore? Are they trip mines?
I may be German, but I'm not thinking about the war all the time.
I'm also not doing this. No, actually, I was like, I heard mines, and then the first thing was actually not like a trip mine. The first thing was Mainz. Mainz is a city in Germany.
What? Really?
No. Yeah, actually this. Sorry, I was like, yeah.
What? Yeah, Mainz is a city in Germany. Really? No.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, yeah, No, Mainz is a city in Germany. There is a river also called Main. So I was like, wait a minute.
You're not
Mainz,
meaning the Rhine.
No, the Rhine is near Mainz or flows through Mainz. Yeah. This might be confusing for English audiences.
But I have a question. Oh yeah, now I remember what about we're thinking about before. I have a, if I can say it so, I'm not gonna show off right now, but I think I have a pretty great computer, and even though if I record more than 15 frames per second on Fraps, the game starts to lag actually. I hope that you didn't realize on my videos that I'm actually only recording it in 15 frames per second. But I don't think that any good computer, if it isn't overpowered, would handle 60 frames per second.
Yeah, with Skype.
Yeah, with Skype. No, I mean with any game if you're using Fraps.
Yeah, Fraps is a problem. Fraps is the reason why I bought like last time I was like Byte. This time I like bought. Weird. Now this is the reason why I paid money for an capture card, because Fraps is really bad when it comes to performance. You need double or twice the double or triple the resources like when you're using a capture card, or well, a bad capture card.
Yeah, the thing when I think high frame rate is good is when you want to play a video in really slow motion. Then it can make sense to have a camera that can record over 1,000 frames per second.
Well, 300 frames per second is actually also nice to have sometimes. My photo camera has it, and I used it actually once.
Why?
For test. This was all. No, it's for sport recordings. It's awesome, but in normal life,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
well, yeah.
Maybe another question?
Yeah, why did I have to drink so much now?
Oh man, don't get drunk now. I know it's Friday, but take it easy.
Not this kind of drinking.
Well, what are you drinking then?
I don't want to make a commercial, so I don't want to say it's a soft drink.
What is it?
It's black.
Coke?
Yes, Coke Light. Why not?
Well.
What a
I see you're trying to handle yourself, or you can try one of these scenarios if you like. But if you want to find one of the easiest going on, you just click on the left arrow, clicking on the sign, and this is gonna be really easy for you. What?
Exactly. You said what I was thinking, actually.
It's like, you can try one of these scenarios if you like. What? No, but really, I have you never heard about the Coke drug? You're drinking it once, and you can't stop drinking it.
Yeah, did you know that Coca-Cola actually, in its beginning, it contained parts of the cocaine root?
But really?
Yeah, it's, well, back in 1800 whatever. It's not a joke.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's Coca-Cola is this old.
Oh my god. Why are you drinking it then? You're gonna get sick if it is that old.
Now, today it has changed it, so it doesn't use this ingredients anymore, so...
Well, so that's why you're drinking Coca-Cola Light, because you don't want to get sick. Okay.
Well, in the beginning, Coca-Cola was actually a kind of medicine. It was like a tonic or something for a wonder cure for whatever.
So if you're saying, I'm gonna drink a tonic water, well, and then you're just coming out with your Coca-Cola. And they're all thinking, what the fuck is he doing? Okay, well, I was near to say, why shouldn't we talk about anything that has with our podcast to do? But our podcast is called Targus, talk about games and random stuff. And that's what we're talking about now, random stuff.
Well, what do you want to talk about? What's so random?
My keyboard is missing the escape button.
What? Why this?
I actually don't know.
Are you the UT Kiddie? You know, mit Lade das Spiel. Ich will Unreal Tournament spielen.
It was pretty funny. In my last Metro video, I was so fucking enraged and angry because I died on the same chapter all the fucking time. Then I just took my hand and smashed it on the table, and the escape button just flew away from my keyboard like 3 meters. I don't know, and I haven't found it yet.
Well, maybe it's like Nerf gun ammunition. You know, the
No,
Nerf
really.
guns. You never find it again.
No, really. You have your hand, make it into a fist, and then just smash it as hard as you can on the left side of your keyboard. Don't even touch the keyboard, and then just the escape button flew away.
Well, it was the
It wanted to escape.
force of the impact. Deep impact.
Or it was just afraid.
Mm. Let's escape. I'm the escape button. Haha.
Okay. What do you think about the Zero AD open source game?
Oh, good question. I really, really like it. No, really, it's a nice game and it runs fairly smooth at this point. Well, it's an alpha and it's open source. It's
Except when some people are playing with you. You're just building. Okay, in 5 seconds, you can just think about he is just building troops all the fucking time. I mean, you're just starting and you maybe have to cut down one tree and you're so freaking proud because you get some wood. Then you look over to the game mob and then he has like 500 horses, 1,000 troops, and what the fuck? And then he's like, when the enemy is, of course, gonna attack me because I don't have any soldiers, then he just like, should I send you some? And I'm, yeah, please.
actually, it's not like he said. And well,
It
I'm not
pretty
trying-
much is.
yeah.
Okay, no, but really, I think this is a pretty great copy of the Age of Empires, and I'm not saying they're copying to annoy them, but they're actually saying that they're copying Age of Empires, but they are doing it for fun, and I just think about how good is this game gonna be until it's fully released, because it's still an alpha, and the only problem it has is wood, but and that is actually lagging if you have a lot of soldiers there, and that's the reason why you shouldn't play with the game up.
Actually, you have it with any game. You shouldn't play Earth 2150, the Moon Project, with me because I sent 11,000 soldiers, not soldiers, but tanks and flying units, and well, Earth 2150 is actually a game that needs 133 megahertz.
Oh, you
Yeah.
fucking!
And
Isn't that all of your cores?
And actually, it doesn't run smooth when I have 12,000 up models on the screen because every unit is a model. Like in Zero AD, every unit is one model on the game map.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it really looks nice even if you turn off everything that makes the game look good. No, actually, it really looks not bad. And it's from Wildfire Games. Have said they want to make a game like Age of Empires and, well, other strategy
But I
games
actually
alike.
think the game is more like Rise of Nations.
Actually, yeah.
Because of Age of Empire. Well, something to say about Age of Empire. Age of Empire 1, I really loved the game. Age of Empire 2, it just loses some effect in Age of Empire 2. But then they're just catching it up in Age of Empires 3. What I really like about Age of Empire 1 was actually the design of the houses and how the soldiers looks like. And what I don't liked in Age of Empires 2, it was, I don't even remember, but I just remember that I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's actually, I was never this big Age of Empire player, not because I had any problems with the game, but I was more like an Anno game player. So like Anno 1602 or whatever it's called. Outside of Germany. Yeah, in the US it's called, what was it, 1602 AD. Because, well, if you're talking about year numbers, they use AD after the number.
AD? What does it stand for?
You don't know? Okay. AD means actually Anno Domini, and Anno Domini translates in English to in the year of the Lord, or in German im Jahre des Herrn. In Germany, we actually sometimes drop the Domini, so we say Anno 1602, for example. Stuff I learned from gaming.
Apropos stuff, we should probably talk about random stuff now. And I got a random thing. Did you know that there is an international space station in the space?
Really? I'm surprised that the space station is in space and not on Earth. No, really, yeah, I knew it. Who does not?
Well, that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, random.
Okay, another random thing. Did you know that we only have 8 planets in our sun system?
Yes, but I'm so old. When I was going to school, we had 9. No, it's actually true. When I was in school, there was like, yeah, the solar system has 9 planets.
No, but it's just since 2006, Pluto isn't in our sun system anymore.
It's 2006. I was like, wasn't this later?
No, it was 2006. Yeah, Pluto isn't in our sun system anymore. It just counts like a, what the fuck is that?
Dwarf planet.
Yeah, because it's so small. If you combine the planet with the Earth, it's actually less than the half size of it.
You are right. It's okay. They are thinking about making Pluto an planet again. I'm confused. No, you're right. In 2006, it was changed to dwarf planet because the technology is advanced. Yeah, actually advanced. And they realized when Pluto is a planet, we have over 200 planets in our galaxy.
That's right.
And then they were like, we should change the system for measuring planets.
Yeah, and there's okay, another question. I hope you know this one. How many gas planets do we have in our sun system?
What gas planets?
Jupiter, Saturn. So there are gas planets. Gas planet is one of the planets that has a ring outside.
You mean Jupiter? No, really? Yeah, wait a minute.
There are more than one. Search for gas planet.
You mean Saturn? No, wait a minute. Yeah, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Actually, yeah. Did you know Uranus? Actually, it's correctly pronounced Uranus. It's actually only funny in English because in Germany it's called Uranus. And did you know why it has this name?
Maybe because there was like some cool guy going to the planet and he just wanted suicide and the kamikaze style, and then he had a bomb around his neck and then he showed his anus and then he died.
The reason are Germans. No, it's not a joke. Fun story. There were 2 scientists and they were like, yeah, we should call it Uranus because of uranium. And they liked it, but they didn't know at this time, because it was hundreds of years ago, they didn't actually know what it might mean in English, because, well,
anus.
it's not a joke, and this is the reason why it has this name. They are thinking of renaming the planet, but well, who cares? Why not naming it Bob? You can't call a planet Bob. Why not?
Why don't just call it like I call my computer? Brittan.
Britan?
Brittan. I call my computer Brittan.
What does this mean?
It's a Swedish name.
Dude.
Dude.
Oh, okay. I was like, does it mean something like Britain?
No, Brittan. Okay, let's move on to another question. Do you have one?
Oh, well, I look in my wise list of...
Look at your list. Your list is amazing. Give it a lick. But it's technology.
What do you think of remastered or remaked games?
You mean like games that already are out, but some people try to copy them?
No, I mean like, you know what I mean with remake, like you have a game but people are remaking the game for, well, whatever reason. Like, for example, I'm thinking of an example you might know. Well, fans are working on a remake of Outlaws.
Really?
And yeah, actually there someone is trying to make one in the CryEngine 3. But this is a fan kind of remake, and this is something different. I actually think fan-made remakes are a little bit different, but
But
because
when is
they're
the game
awesome.
gonna come out?
I have no idea. And I was more talking like if you have a game, or for example like Broken Sword in Germany known as Baphomets Fluch. Baphomets Fluch, Broken Sword 1 is one of my favorite games. And they have made an remastered version. They actually took the game and made new content for it and changed a few things from the game, like changed a few, it's a point-and-click adventure, so they changed a few puzzles and stuff. And I played it and I really fucking hate it. It's not a joke. It's a game I was like 10 minutes into the game because they have changed the beginning of the game from a awesome opening to a what the fuck, who cares opening, and they have not completely remade the whole game. Only the new stuff were newly made. Makes sense, huh? And it looks weird, and the fun point is they have used the same voice actors like back then. Now a few of them sounds different, so the new dialogues were spoken, newly recorded, but the old dialogues they haven't re-recorded. So you have one sentence old voice, one sentence new voice, one sentence old voice. It's not a joke, it's totally confusing, but some voices have the quality of a phone booth.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, yeah, it's nice that they make a version for the new, dumber generation, but I really hate it because they have removed many of the good jokes in the game, and it's a little bit funny adventure game. It's serious, but it has its humor, and the humor was actually really good. But in the first 5 gameplay minutes, they changed about 10 sentences. They changed or completely removed them. It's totally weird.
I'm just thinking about a guy that wants to make a remake. He just buys a random game like Max Payne 3, and then he buys 2 of them, and then he takes one of them and sells them to another friend and says, well, I've remade the game.
No, it's something different. Remade means remade from scratch, for example.
Huh?
Like you have a game, and a game that's, let's say, 10 years old, and you're like, yeah, we couldn't make it better. You have 2 options there. You take the original game, make a few updates, and then put it out like an HD collection or whatever. Or you take the assets from the game and start from the beginning and make the whole game in a different gaming engine. Well, yeah.
Mm.
So sometimes it works, sometimes it really don't work. Well,
that really depends on what game you're trying to remake, I would guess.
there is a good example. I don't have this game. Fun fact. It's for the Xbox 360. It's the Halo Anniversary Edition.
Yeah.
They took Halo 1 and built on top of Halo 1 a graphical remake. Fun fact, you can change the graphics with a push of a button. It's actually not a joke. And the reason for this is actually really interesting. They said they were thinking of making the game from scratch, but there was a problem. The AI of the enemies. It was so unique and good working, they couldn't reproduce it. So actually, they took the old game and built the copy of the old game into the new game. This is the reason why you have the possibility to switch between new graphic and old graphic. This is actually funny and it works really good. So if you want to play the game like the original with the original graphics, you can.
Weird.
Yeah. But awesome.
Well, yeah. Now you said what you think about remakes. Okay. I don't really know. If you have any good reason to remake a game and make it better, then why don't? I mean, yeah. Hello?
Yeah. Oh, actually, you were waiting for me to say something. I think the same thing, but yeah. Well, I think the same thing. I was about to say something about a new remake that was released, but I was like, should I talk about it? In a short 1 minute thing. Actually, I do it. There's a game called Shadowgate. It was first released in 1980, somewhere in the 80s. It's a really old school point and click role playing game adventure. It's a little bit complicated to explain, but if you see it, you will understand it. And the original creators made a new version of this game. It was released a week or two ago, and I like what they were going for, but I really don't like the game because they have made a completely new graphical interface, and the graphics are new and hand-drawn, but it loses something when you have too good-looking graphics if they're hand-drawn or PC-drawn or something like this, when the original was pixelated graphics, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, complicated. Yeah. Complicated.
Jajamän, det var bra. Har du en till fråga? Dinka had another question.
Do you have one? One, yeah.
Let's see. Okay, what have I... Okay, let's see what I wrote down here. Okay. Damn, girl, are you sitting on an F5 key? Cause that butt is refreshing. I was just saying what I wrote down here. Okay. Games that we didn't finish playing. Right. Start off.
Should I or will you?
Okay, I can.
If you want.
Alright. Where should I start? I'm actually not knowing. Oh yeah. Games I didn't finish. Minecraft? Maybe because it's not possible?
Yeah, but this is an excuse answer. Something like, have you never finished Minecraft, like Fight the Ender Dragon or something like this? I don't know what the end of Minecraft actually is.
Yeah, really. But I did that with the dragon. But games I didn't finish. What can it be? I don't know. Give me some time to think about it while you're talking.
I have a game, but I have to look it up because I forgot its name. It's about an asylum or something like this. No, it's actually, the game is called Asylum. When I wasn't... Oh, wait a minute. No, sorry, wrong. I have to log into my account to watch what the game is. Boom, 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 boom. Sanitarium or Sanitarium, something like this. It's a point-and-click adventure that looks a little bit like with a top-down view, a little bit like the old Fallout games, isometric graphics. And actually, I have started the game and I was really intrigued and I want to finish it, but there is a point in the game, and I don't know why I haven't played it further, where you have to Well, it's about timing, and it was really hard to control it. You have to run around something, some enemy or something like this, and use a certain object or something like that. I'm not sure again. I didn't was possible to do it. It was a bug or something. I'm not sure about it. Well, they have patched it now, so I will retry it. But it was, for me, game-breaking bug. It's a little bit like other game I haven't finished is a game called Dreams to Reality. Nobody will know it, I think. It's an action-adventure platformer or jump run, when you want to call it like this, for the PC and the PlayStation 1. And the PC version has a game-breaking bug. You have to activate a trigger, but this trigger is not activatable. So yeah, you can finish the game.
Yeah.
And the game has shitty graphics, but this is a different story.
I know a few games now. Okay. One game I didn't finish was Battlefield 2 Bad Company.
You mean Battlefield Bad Company 2?
No, Battlefield 2 Bad Company.
Battlefield 2 is a separate game.
Anyway, I started the game and then I got stuck and I never get past this part, and that's the reason why I haven't finished it. I just quit it. I gave up. And another game is The Unfair Platformer.
Okay.
Cat Mario. Unfair Mario. And these kind of games, because I'm not a guy that can keep his calm long. Well, I can. No, I already said that with the escape button. Okay. All right. Because I know a good man always keeps his calm down and cool, and I am cool, and a good man also respects his environment, and I'm not one of them.
Okay, well, there's a thing I want to add to the whole unfair platformer thing. These are games that are made for not being finished.
Because it's impossible?
Have you ever played I Wanna Be the Guy?
Nope.
Play it. The game is an asshole. Really.
Or the game Never Give Up?
The game wants to kill you. But actually, it's fun to play it for an hour. But then I was like, nah. Because it's trial and error. The complete game is trial and error. You're walking away and there's an apple tree. Okay, apple falls down, kills you. Okay, then
What?
Yeah, it's not a joke. But you can trigger this apple and dodge it. But then you have to jump above of the apple trees, and then the remaining apples will fall up.
What
For
the
example,
fuck?
it's in the beginning of the game, so it's not
We're
a
not
spoiler.
on the moon right now. We're on the Earth.
But even
And
on
on
the moon.
Earth. And on Earth, things used to fall down. Like this thing.
What was this? A grenade.
No, really. I have a hand grenade here. There we go. I'm gonna throw it now. I draw out the splint.
Yeah, I have a rubber hand grenade.
Oh, I also have one of these.
From actually, it has the writing Rambo the video game on it.
I knew it. You're German. You're always thinking about war.
Well, that's a cliche. Oh, yeah. Stereotype. I don't know what's the English word for cliche is. Well,
I'm not doing what it sounds like. I'm cleaning my glasses.
exactly.
Okay, no, seriously, let's talk about another thing. Yep, I don't have anything.
You don't have anything.
I'm so poor. I'm so lonely.
I actually has this. Actually not. I have a theme we can talk about.
You.
What do you think about re-released games? And I have to explain it shortly. And on Steam, there is this shitload of games that are actually old games nobody cares about that just get pushed on the Steam store for making money again without any optimizations, and the games run like shit and stuff. There are a lot of them. Yeah. It was really specific, actually, not all re-release games, but shitty re-release games.
What I think about that?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say something about that. Stop showing off your money, because it's actually no one wants to buy it if they haven't buy it before.
Exactly.
It's like, buy this game, it's so awesome. No, but buy it now. No, but no, it's gonna be great in 10 years. No.
Exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But there is a counterpart to it. And these, for example, good re-release games. For example, games on GOG.com, goodoldgames.com. They take old games and optimize them for new machines. So all games on GOG.com runs on newer machines. They actually like modify the game files for it to work properly or other things. I never had a problem with a GOG.com game, so yeah.
Yeah, you used to buy the games there.
Yeah, actually they're really nice, and I don't want to make a commercial for them, but it's actually my true opinion. The download speed is fast when you use the GOG.com downloader. Well, then it's a little bit fast. There are many games now that actually has German language support. It's actually a nice bonus. Many games have kinds of small bonuses like soundtracks or wallpapers. Yeah, so small funny things. And the games will have updates if there is an update for this game when it's the new game, for example, like Witcher 2 or something like this. And sometimes you get an upgrade of your game for free. For example, there was Another World, the 20th anniversary edition was released last year, and if you have bought the 15th anniversary edition, you got this upgrade for free. So there are a few graphic upgrades in the games and new soundtrack or something like this. It's actually nice.
Yeah.
And the customer support is nice.
Well, the thing about that they have a German, but that doesn't really help me.
Yeah, it's a nice feature now. Well,
nice extra. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I think our questions are getting... I think we don't have any questions right now, or?
Should I bring the question up, or should we end this podcast here?
I don't know. We've been recording for an hour.
One more, or
1 hour more, or what?
No, not 1 hour. One question more, but maybe something short.
Okay, a short story. There was once a boy who died.
That's like quote from an animated series whose there was a swan that was so ugly everyone dies. The end.
It was Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Exactly. Yeah, I was looking the show for time, and actually this was a good quote.
But I'm looking it all the time still now.
Yeah, have you seen the movie? It was actually surprisingly fun.
No, not really.
Oh, you should watch the movie. It has a confusingly nice opening.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the movie, of course, in the future. But I became a dolphin. I became a dolphin.
Okay. But for...
Okay.
Or not.
What are you talking about? I knew it. You've been taking drugs. Don't drink that Coke.
No.
Oh, man. I'm tired.
I know this feeling.
I think we should end our podcast here.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Well, I will see you in the next video.
And I would...
Until then, bye-bye. Why am I staring into my camera, man?
Because you're paranoid. Or facecam let's play.
I mean, not in my... yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not staring into my camera, man. I'm staring into my camera. The man was just the thing that I wanted to add.
What's this man doing in my room? No.
I always like to add man. Yeah.
Batman, exactly.
Okay, but really, I will see you in the stops. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this podcast, the TAGARS Cast, talk about games and random stuff with the DerGameMop.
And YouTwiFace.
And this is the end.
Dum dum dum.